I think, from what I've heard, most people are interested in your music, you know, when they contact us about your music or where you're playing or your records or whatever. They've heard that you're a very exciting act to see live.
It was always that way. I always felt that our live performances were much, much better than our recordings.
What's the reaction to the new music live?
It's people have been pretty skeptical in the reception toward us. We come off and they have these preconceived plans of what they want to hear. They want to hear DOA,
right?
And but we just don't do DOA anymore.
Is there like a reformation here of members?
Yeah, we were a 6-piece. We're 5-piece now, and Warren's the new member.
Yeah. What does your instrumentation consist of now?
Bass, guitar, percussion, flute, sax, harmonica, piano, organ.
Sax. Yeah. And how do as I said before, how do the people react to your new sound?
Sometimes it just depends on what we say to them. We're still in really the infancy stages of our show. Like, we've got a lot of things planned that will fit our music a lot better than everybody jumping around a whole lot.
What do you have in mind? Can you verbalize at all?
We can't. You know, it's sort of a secret deal right now. But
secret?
It's
good.
like...
Nobody will ever know.
Right. Don't tell anybody that. No, just in a general term, it's a mass media type thing. I mean, a multimedia thing.
Multimedia?
Yeah.
Involving lights and other things?
What we want to do... the main idea when the group reformed was to be completely as self-sufficient as possible. So
you're sort of delving into a sort of a self-determination trip as opposed to just being the rock and roll stars, letting everybody do everything for you. You're going to do it. Yeah,
we want to go to a concert hall, and the promoter's main obligation to us, as far as what the audience sees, is for him to build a stage, and everything else is what we want to do.
Everything.
Who's doing your production now?
Ed and Peter Granick.
And as opposed to your producers before?
Terry Knight was our first producer. And
did he sort of discover you or find you, or
more or less?
Yeah. What do you think about something that is happening right now? It's sort of like a phenomenon of a lot of bands from the South being real popular.
Like, it was so hard for us to finally get some sort of a start, because the whole trip's always been New York, L.A.
Right.
And maybe Nashville, but not as far as a rock context.
Right.
And so the music industry's had pretty much of a closed mind for a long time as far as groups from other parts of the country, especially from the South.
What is so different about the change? Well, we talked about the time signatures and dynamics, but if there's any way you can give me an example and everybody, the listeners, an example of what the difference is.
Well, even before the music, almost, it's the compatibility within the group now, just the actual friendship among the people. Because if you're compatible, no matter what your ideas are, musically or otherwise, you're going to compromise. So I think that's the very first thing that's made the group very different in all of its contexts.
How do you write your tunes? Collectively?
Sometimes maybe Stevie or Warren will bring in an idea. Anybody will bring in an idea. And everybody will embellish that idea. A lot of different ways.
And somebody will work out a riff. And does anybody bring in a song and say, this is a song? You play this and you play that to fit in, or play whatever you feel like that will fit in.
When that happens, somebody will bring in a song and it's always up to the individual members what they want to play on.
Do you feel that audiences can get off to complex rhythm structures and something in 6/8 or 5/4?
I feel,
as opposed to a boogie.
Now that's another thing where the audience is keyed to be more visual. They'd have to see you jumping to the beat and then changing it's nothing. An uneven meter like 7/8 they couldn't get behind, or unless you were showing it to them,
Yeah, it's in the presentation. We've got a song